Greetings from Panama. It's Janine here, Wednesday morning, and I'm really happy to showcase the next phase of my garden planning. You've been seeing my work on the beautiful tropical Heliconia and Colocasia Esculenta black magic plants on this side. All these are either Heliconia or Colocasia. And 7 are in the ground, and I'm making progress. This little total eclipse, which wasn't so little, but when you put a 7-gallon pot in the ground, you lose about 10 inches of height. So we're coming along. But these are going great. And the rest of these are going to go in over the next week or so. We also have our little limon tree in the back. Haven't figured out a spot in the yard for that yet, but since this little total eclipse Heliconia is going to take a while to be big, that's where we're keeping the limon tree for now. But here's what I'm excited about for today. Been really trying to figure out what I'd like the arrangement of the shade side of the yard to be. This is predominantly shade except for the very last couple of hours of the day. Many of these have been gift plants. Many of these have been dog-eaten plants that are coming back. One is a Heliconia from last year that I never thought was still alive, but by gosh, there it is. And it has an opportunist culantro, not cilantro, the North American style of cilantro, but this is the wild Panamanian type culantro. And it's growing out of a hole in the side, so I'm going to separate those and have 2 different plants, a Heliconia and the cilantro. That's purple fountain grass. I have 2. And I'm going to have them planted, I hope, at the front 2 corners. Well, we sort of consider this the back 2 corners of the house. We have to figure out how to stop the dogs from eating them. So one will be on this side, and one will be on the other side. We have a big one in the back, and when this small one comes in, we'll be in better shape. So, thought I bought 2 of those, but I don't know. Anyhow, this plant has been predominantly living on air forever. That's going to go right there. And then I've spaced these out for the most part where they're going to be planted. This is a beautiful tropical flowering plant, a canna lily. Last time I had those was in New Jersey. That's from my neighbor Maritza. These are also from our neighbor Maritza, very beautiful. A similar version of this. This is one I got last year at the Carla Black's sale. This we honestly don't remember where we got. We think it was a gift plant, or it might be one that I bought. There was a little plant place up near Jerusalem Mall. And so what I've done, and this was a gift plant, this was a gift plant, this was a gift plant. So you notice on these I'm not saying the names because I don't know. I think Dee calls these oyster plants, I'm not sure. This is just a brand new gift plant, gets beautiful fuchsia flowers. And then these little dwarf snake plants have like completely busted out of their pot. So they'll get spread out throughout this. And these ginormous tall snake plants have completely busted out of their pot. So they'll get spread out. This was a gift plant. It's wonderful sage from our former neighbor Jake. Jake's from Chicago, and he lives down in Kukui where we rented. And we have a smaller oregano here, gift from our neighbor Maritza. We have 2 extremely overgrown spider plants. I can't remember what Dee calls these. Monkey plants? I don't know. But these are from Dee's plants, and they're really overgrown, but it's almost impossible to kill them, so I'm kind of ignoring them for now because I'm busy. This is a leaf spirit that was from my late best friend, Sue Safford. Susan Safford and Bob, her husband, were our next door neighbors. They were supposed to meet Paul in June 2015, and she passed away of ALS right before our trip. And he passed away a week later, because that's how sometimes true love is. Anyhow, I have interspersed all this with some of the new plants. These are the Colocasia Esculenta that are the lemon lime variety. And they get these really big leaves. But if you let them grow in more, they get smaller leaves. So if you look at the Colocasia over here, these leaves are gigantic. But if you want more of a cluster of smaller leaves, you let them go. If you want them to be gigantic, you keep splitting them up. So I've interspersed the little Colocasias in between all these other gift plants and house plants and patio plants that we've had. And this is one of the new ones I purchased this year up at Carla Black's finca. And another lemon lime. And here's the same plant I purchased last year up at Carla Black's finca. And this can be split up, and we will be able to cover this entire section. So far, I've gotten this far. And haven't got a plan for that end yet, except that most of these can be divided. And so we'll have enough to spread out. This baby's about to go in bloom, and I'm praying it makes it this time. We've struggled recently with caterpillars and with surprisingly less rain than we should be having. So this is the layout for the shady side of the garden. And I'm going to be counting on my love Paul to water these while I go up to Colorado to manage business up there from the aftermath of the Marshall Fire that was 2.5 years ago, and it's the first time I'll be going back. So Paul's going to hold down the puppy clan and the fort and managing plants while I'm gone, and we're going to just have him water these while I'm gone. Probably stick them into 7-gallon pots so they don't fall over. These ones that are just in bags. That's what we've done with many of the Heliconia, like this one. It helps keep more water in them, helps keep them from falling over, and that will buy me time. When I get back, we're going to hire someone to help us turn over this soil, because this soil is hard, because it does not get rain, and it has a lot more rock and concrete fragments in it from the construction. There's 2 little palms in there that I'm not sure how big they get. I have to do some research. These were just a gift this week. That's a Heliconia. I may put that on the other side. But things are looking good. That is my gorgeous citronella plant. I really thought it was dead. I thought I had to cut the whole thing down. But it just keeps growing, and so I've decided to just leave it alone until I come back from Colorado. And then it's going to get planted in a really big tub, and it will pretty much cover the entire lid of this. Is the access to our gray water pit. Those are some solar emergency lanterns we have. They're awesome. And then one last thing that I'm going to take care of before I go, I went to gardening in hot climates in Climas Calientes workshop, and I have a purple cauliflower. Actually I have 2, but one doesn't seem to be too well, but I think it's going to be okay. And this is a sweet red bell pepper. They have struggled from being ignored and from living in nothing but peat moss and water, because I've just been so busy. These are very expensive plants, and so I really, moderately expensive plants, I really didn't want to take a chance on losing them. I'm excited about the vegetables, but my luck, the cauliflower is going to mature while I'm away, but we'll see. I'm going to plant it. I've got a pot for it. I've got soil for it. So this is our latest roundup on the garden, and I just really love how the shade garden side of things is spacing out. I did all this morning. I looked on how to alternate the lemon lime Colocasia Esculentas with some of the other plants that we already had. And these are looking really ragged, but you know, you cut that back, it's almost impossible to kill an herb plant, sage plants especially. So some of these plants were up on our porch, and I know we'll miss having plants up there, but we will get more of those soon. So my workers are here and they're calling for me, so I'm going to say ciao for now from Panama, and that's the latest garden update. The shade garden is well established in the planting stages. Ciao for now from Panama.